Hello Earthlings, welcome to CP Addict yet again, and let's see another problem from today's LeetCode Biweekly Contest 33. It is called Detect Cycles in 2D Grid. We have been given a grid, and every cell in that grid contains any character, like from A to Z. It can have those characters, and we need to find out if there is any cycle made up of similar characters, the same character that is. And whenever the cycle can only be formed when we are able to move either horizontally or vertically. That is, we can only move up, down, left, or right. There are only four ways. And uh, here, let's see example one. Yes, there are two cycles. If you see this, yeah, from A we are having this cycle, and B we are having a cycle in the inner part, the middle part of the grid. And in example 2 as well, we are having a cycle which is shown right here. We need to true in all this. We need to true if there is any cycle present in our grid, otherwise we need to return false. And in example 3 there is no such cycle can only be formed from the same character. So it is not exactly, it is way too similar to the problem where we need to find out whether there is any cycle present in the graph or not. Here there is just one small condition, that the cycle can only be formed using the same characters. Let's see how it can be solved, or how we solved it. So we first of all, I maintained a color data structure for, suppose we have a grid of size m into n. So I had the color, and I initialized the color of all the cells to 0 in the beginning. And whenever I'm starting my DFS, what I'm doing is I'm setting its color equal to 1, and if there is any adjacent cell which is also of the same color, then I'm moving to that, and I'm moving to that cell if it is having the same color, not the color, if it is the same character and its color is 0. If color is 2, and at the end of the traversal I'm setting the color equal to 2. So there are three values for the color. Initially it is 0, and when I'm entering the DFS I'm setting it to 1, and when I'm leaving the DFS call from that cell I'm setting the color as 2. And when I have set the color as 1, I'm looking at its adjacent cells. If the adjacent cell is of the same character and the color is 0, it means this cell has not been traversed yet. Then I'm moving to this cell. So I'm proceeding with my DFS call to this cell if this condition is satisfied and color is 0. And if color it is the same character at the adjacent cell and color is equal to 1, it means we are able to reach a particular cell which is also in our present DFS traversal, like the current DFS travels. It has not been fully traversed yet, it hasn't been fully explored, and even then we are able to reach the same node again. It means there must be some cycle present here. So if the adjacent cell is of the same contains the same character and the color of that cell is equal to 1, it means we have a cycle there. And if the color is equal to 2 and it is the same character, then we do not need to go there, as if because we are setting the color as equal to 2 only when we have explored it completely. We do not need to go there again, like we have done the work which we need to do there. That's all for this. The logic behind this, it wasn't really a hard problem as far as we are concerned. Let's dry run this logic for this case. For example 1, I think it is not needed, but I would be doing, suppose we start from A and color is 1, then we go to adjacent A. We keep on doing this, and we're setting the color is equal to 1. Suppose we have reached to where color is equal to 1, and here we see that the color of adjacent cell is equal to 1, it means there is a cycle present. We set cycle equal to 1, and there is also one important thing which we need to care about, is that whenever we are doing a DFS traversals and we are going from this parent node, that parent cell, to child cell, we should not go back to the parent again, because then it will end up in infinite loop. So we must be checking whether we shouldn't be moving to the parent cell. That's the main thing. It will result in infinite loop. So that's the condition, because if we are coming from this node, then we shouldn't go there even if it is the same character and its color is equal to 1. It won't be a cycle in that case. We will keep on moving to other nodes which are not the current cell's parent in the DFS tree. Yeah, so let's see the code now. Yeah, I have maintained 3 global variables, that is cycle is, and I have initialized cycle to equal to 0. It means till this point I have not discovered any cycle, and if I discover any cycle in my grid, I set it to 1, and at the end I'm returning cycle, because I just need to return true or false. And now here I'm traversing each cell of my grid. If the color equal to 0, it means I have not traversed this grid cell yet, so I need to go ahead with my DFS function, DFS for traversal. This is the indices of the current grid cell, and these are the parents, because initially I'm setting it to -1 so that it won't be equal to this value won't be equal to any other grid cells indexes. And I'm passing grid and color to this is the DFS function. In the beginning of my DFS function, I'm setting the color equal to 1. I use this direction array just to find out the 4 adjacent cells where we need to go if we are having the same character, that is left, up, right, and down. So I found out the new indexes R and C, the adjacent ones. I'm seeing if R and C are the same indexes of its parent of this current node, then I do not need to do anything. I'm just continuing with my process or with my loop. And if R and C are within the boundaries, I'm checking if also the color of the adjacent cell is equal to the character of, like the characters are same of the current and the adjacent cell, and the color of the adjacent cell is equal to 1. It means we have found a cycle here. So we just put setting the value of cycle as 1. I'm breaking out of the loop. If the color equal to 0, then only we need to go with the DFS call. If the color is equal to 2, we do not need to do anything, as I mentioned earlier. And after my DFS, I have call the DFS function and all of its children. By children I mean the adjacent cells which are not parent. Then I'm setting its color is equal to 2. So this is all for this problem. I hope you liked it. Please like and subscribe if you are learning something from our videos. Yeah, we would be coming up with the explanation of the third problem as well. Till then, take care. Sayonara.